Kathy, child, you're a puzzle to me.
Am I?
I always thought it was going to be Heathcliff, but these last few months with Mr. Edgar coming here so often...
Am I pretty, Ellen?
You're lovely. Lovely.
And do you think Mr. Edgar will like my new dress?
Of course. He'll think it more than worth the ride through this storm. I think that sometime soon he'll be asking my Kathy a serious question. Tonight, perhaps.
No, yesterday.
He's already asked you.
I promised I'd give him my answer tonight.
What will it be? Do you love him, Kathy?
Yes.
Why?
Why? That's a silly question, isn't it?
Not so silly. Why do you love him?
Because he's handsome and he's pleasant to be with and kind.
That's not enough.
Well, someday he'll be rich and I'll be the finest lady in the county. I'll give great parties and wear silk dresses every day of the week and I'll... Heathcliff, what are you doing in my room? How long have you been standing there?
Long enough. I want to talk to you. Go outside, Ellen.
I take me orders from Miss Catherine, not from stable boys.
It's all right, Ellen.
If you say so, miss.
And now, Heathcliff, may I know to what I owe this great honor?
He's coming here again.
And you're becoming unbearable again.
That's not an answer. Is he coming here?
Will you please understand I'm not a child anymore? You can't talk like that to me.
I'm not talking to a child. I'm talking to Kathy. My Kathy.
Oh, I'm your Kathy.
Yes, you are. 100 times you've said so on the moors.
Indeed. Well, my moods change indoors, and they don't include talking to a stable boy.
Kathy, not you. Don't you talk like that.
Go away. You had your chance to be something else. The thief or servant were all you wanted, or beggar beside the road, begging for favors, not earning them, but whimpering for them with your dirty hands.
Well, that's all I've become to you. A pair of dirty hands. Well, have them then. Have them both. Have them where they belong.
Get out. Get out!
I will, out of this house, out of this cursed country. Someplace I'll never see you or hear your voice or remember your face. I'll get out all right. I'll get out now.
Heathcliff, no. Ellen! Ellen!
Kathy, good heavens, what is it, child?
Ellen, he's going away. We've got to stop him.
Kathy,
Heathcliff! Heathcliff! Heathcliff, come back! Come back, Heathcliff! Come back!
There was some special fate that twisted Kathy's life with mine. That night I arrived at Wuthering Heights just in time to join the search for her. And hours later I found her near the great rock on Pennystone Crag, lying there in the storm, the life almost out of her. And so once again I carried her home. And as I held her in my arms, her lips formed one word.
Heathcliff. Heathcliff.
It was like a farewell, as though she knew without asking that he was gone. And after that, never mention of him again. Not once through all the long days of her convalescence.
Edgar, it's so wonderful here at the Grange. You and Isabella have been so nice to me.
It's very easy to be nice to you.
But I ought to be thinking about going home. I can't expect to stay here forever.
Why not, Kathy? If I can make you happy. Darling, let me take care of you forever. Let me guard you and love you always.
Would you love me always?
I couldn't help myself. Kathy, if your silence means yes. You know, I've never even kissed you.
Well, isn't it time?
Oh, Kathy, darling.
No one will ever kiss me again but you. No one. I'll be your wife and be proud to be your wife.
My dear.
And I'll be good to you and love you truly.
Always?
Always.
we were married. And the years passed quietly, happily, until that night. I remember it was just before dinner. Kathy and I were sitting together, talking.
Edgar, I've been meaning to ask you, have you talked to Jeff Peters about the new ring?
Yes, and I think we'd better go ahead and build. It looks as though it may be some time before we can marry Isabella off. She's so particular.
Poor Isabella. I'm afraid I got the only prize in the county.
Miss Kathy.
Yes, Ellen?
Miss Kathy, I'm sorry. Someone wishes to see you.
Ellen, what is it? You look as if you'd seen a ghost.
I have. It's Heathcliff.
Heathcliff?
Well,
He's back?
That's news. Where's he been?
He said America, sir. He's so changed I hardly recognized him. Oh, he's quite the gentleman. Fine clothes, a horse.
Ellen, don't stand there prattling. Go and tell him I don't wish to see him.
Now, Kathy, we can't be as cruel as all that. He's come a long way. Show him in, Ellen.
Yes, Master Edgar.
Edgar.
Yes?
Don't. It's chilly here.
Nonsense, my dear. You mustn't be nervous. You mustn't fear a little ghost that's returned, a dead leaf blown about your feet, a phantom thought.
I trust I'm not intruding.
Well, Heathcliff.
Mr. Linton. Hello, Kathy.
Do come in, Heathcliff. Here, sit by the fire. Will you have a whiskey?
No, thank you.
I say, I've never seen such a change in a man. You seem to have prospered since our last meeting.
Somewhat.
Ellen said you'd been to America.
Yes.
We all wondered where you went.
Kathy, do you like my new dress? It's the first time Oh, I beg your pardon.
Oh, Heathcliff, you haven't met my sister, Miss Linton.
Miss Linton?
Now, tell us what brought about this amazing change. Did you discover a gold mine in the New World, or did you perhaps fall heir to a fortune?
In a way. I remember that my father was an emperor of China, and my mother was an Indian queen. I simply collected my inheritance.
Oh, that's delightful.
Your humble servant, Miss Linton.
Are you visiting here long? I mean in the village?
Yes, the rest of my life.
What?
I've just bought Wuthering Heights. The house, the stock, and the moors.
You mean Hindley sold you the estate?
Precisely, though he's not aware of it yet. It may be somewhat of a surprise when he learns that his gambling debts and his liquor bills were paid by his former stable boy, though I do believe the house and grounds are worth it.
Well, I knew Hindley was in difficulty, of course, but if I'd known his property was being stolen by a stranger...
May I correct you, sir? I'm neither thief nor stranger. Merely a good businessman who is now your neighbor. Now I'll say good night.
Heathcliff, wait. If you wish to come here as our friend, then...
Oh, yes, it occurs to me that I've not yet congratulated you on your marriage. Allow me now to express my delight over your happiness. Good night.
Good riddance, I say.
Really, Edgar, I think you behaved abominably.
What?
And you too, Kathy. I'm disappointed in you both.
Isabella, the man's a rogue, a thief.
Really? Well, I thought him very distinguished.
I should have known what would happen. I should have known what he would do. I wanted to talk to Isabella, reason with her, but Kathy said no, it was a woman's job. And so it was Kathy who went to her.
Isabella, I want to talk to you.
Yes, darling. About what?
About Heathcliff.
Oh. Really, Kathy, I've no desire to discuss Heathcliff with you or anyone.
I'm afraid you must. Isabella, you're behaving disgracefully.
In what way, may I ask?
You're making a spectacle of yourself with Heathcliff, throwing yourself at his head.
I must ask you to be careful of what you say.
Fool. You vain little fool. I'm going to tell you the truth. You're old enough. I'm going to open your eyes.
My eyes are quite open, thank you.
Isabella, don't you see what he's doing? He's using you to get near me, to try to rouse something in me that's dead. And I'll not have it. I'll not allow you to help him.
Indeed. As it happens, you're the one who's vain and insufferable. Heathcliff's in love with me.
That's a lie.
It's not a lie. He told me so himself.
He told you that?
Told me that he loved me. Held me in his arms and kissed me. Begged me only to be his wife.
His wife?
Don't you understand? His wife. Heathcliff and I are going to be married.